I'm
Don't
not.
take my picture.
Are you serious?
Do not take my picture.
Are you serious? I'm taking
Yeah, I'm
32 frames per
absolutely
second.
serious.
Whoa,
Yep.
go, whoa, stay away from me.
Watch as this smart auditor stands his ground and exercises his rights like a pro. When officers try to press him for ID without cause, he doesn't back down. He educates them instead. By the end, the cops realize they picked the wrong guy to mess with, and they're left with no choice but to walk away. Another classic case of know your rights, stand your ground, and watch them do the walk of shame.
Hi, can I help you?
No, thank you. I appreciate you asking.
Okay. Can I ask you why you're standing outside of a bank recording?
Well, you can ask.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm not going to tell you, but you can ask. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Well, you're the subject of a radio call now because
What was the call about?
Suspicious behavior that you're standing outside of the bank,
Uh-huh.
recording and taking photographs of the bank.
So somebody called and said that I was taking photos
Yes, with your camera.
on a public
Yeah.
sidewalk. And you guys actually came out for that?
Yeah, we sure did. Why
Crazy.
wouldn't we?
I don't understand. I mean, it's not a crime. Nothing illegal.
But it is scary for the people inside. It's concerning.
Well, if it's scary for the people inside,
do you not believe it's concerning if you're outside photographing a bank?
I'll tell you, when
Do you
people
not
are,
think that's suspicious, sir?
when I do not actually.
Okay.
When people find things scary, I know fear makes people do strange things. For example, if I was afraid of somebody outside, I wouldn't send a woman out by herself, feet from the man, to confront him. I would, I'd stay inside, first of all. So a gal came outside and was talking to me. She didn't seem scared at all.
Uh-huh.
And if she was scared, she had a funny way of showing it.
Was
Because,
she an employee?
yeah, I believe she was, yes.
Okay, well, so who called us was not an employee.
I have no control over that. So somebody called you and they
if
said,
were
there's a man
concerned
outside taking photographs.
of the bank.
Okay, are you under the impression that that's illegal?
What was that?
You're not under the impression that that is a crime, are you?
No, I'm saying it's suspicious behavior
Got it.
that you're standing out front of a bank recording.
Well, there's 10,000 reasons why somebody might be standing outside of a bank recording.
Do you have any ID on you, sir?
Sure, but
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of that, though.
Do you mind handing it to me?
I do, actually, because I'm not a big fan of forfeiting my Fourth Amendment rights to placate the personal curiosity of yourself or somebody inside
Well,
of
it's
a bank.
not of myself.
No.
I didn't just pass along and see you standing here recording
Yeah,
and choose
it's
to
okay.
stop you.
I'm gonna.
You were the subject of a radio call. There's a difference there.
It's not a crime.
I'm just telling you.
All right, I'm telling you, it's
okay,
not a crime.
but I
So
can still identify who you are.
you can ask, and I can refuse because I haven't committed a crime. You have to have a reasonable and articulable suspicion of a crime. Don't you agree,
And I could
Deputy
believe
Dominguez?
that you could be doing this for purposes of committing a crime.
I could be doing this for purposes of committing a crime.
Yeah, you're photographing
All
a bank.
Yeah, I guess I could be, theoretically.
Don't
I'm not.
take my picture.
Are you serious?
Do not take my picture.
Are you serious? I'm taking
Yeah, I'm
32 frames per
absolutely
second.
serious.
Whoa,
Yep.
go, whoa, stay away from me. Don't take this the wrong way, but have you been drinking today?
Have I been
Have
drinking?
you been drinking today?
Copy, thank you. And he is recording, just for units to be aware, and taking photographs of me. I have a feeling, just so you guys know I'm on, I'm feeling he's like a First Amendment person and rights. I don't know. He wouldn't talk. He didn't want to give me any info. He didn't want to give me his name. So I told him I'll start a supervisor this way then. They're concerned because he has been like zooming in with the camera. They don't know what he's trying to take pictures of inside the bank because he's standing on the other side where the window is. They want him trespassed. I don't want him
Is it on the property
to
right
come
now?
back. Yeah.
He posted up off the property, so he already probably knows the game.
Yeah. So I figured whenever the supervisor gets here, I'll let them make that call if it's worth us trying to
Did you want
ID
a
him.
supervisor?
No, I called one. I'll explain after what. And then he just started, he like took the camera like this and I told him get it out of my face and I tried to move and he's like, you're gonna not let me take pictures of you, and I kept moving in a circle around him and I was like, hey, have a good day, bye, and I just walked off and he just like followed me up and I was like, I told you to stop, you can wait on the sidewalk, don't come any closer. And he was like, I can't walk on the sidewalk, and I told him, yeah, you can walk on the sidewalk, stay on the sidewalk then.
So if the bank just wants him trespass and he's going to refuse to identify himself and just fill out a trespass form and just take a picture of him, and then that's it.
Dominguez, are you still afraid of a camera? It looks like you got multiple cameras on you.
Here, I'm serving you with a trespass notice.
Sweet.
The bank is trespassing you from the property.
From their property.
From
Sure.
their property, yes,
Yeah.
correct.
I got no problem with
if
that.
you trespass on their property, they will call us and you will be arrested.
Well, they're going to call you whether I trespass on their property or not, Dominguez.
Okay.
I haven't stepped foot on their property. Bless your heart. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Wait.
So,
You're not over her by
do you
chance,
wanna
are you?
sign it?
Do you have more seniority over? I do not want to sign that. Absolutely not. Dominguez, nice try.
Here's your copy.
Oh, thanks. Wait. Let me see. What does that say exactly?
You don't want the copy?
I'm just taking a look at it. Yeah, I'll take that. Sure. Peering into bank windows with camera recording. Interesting. All right. Bless your heart. Yeah, I'd get some additional training, Dominguez. You're scared of your own shadow. I'm walking up the sidewalk. You're 40 feet away and said, "Don't come any closer to me."
Did I tell you I was going to do anything to you?
You,
No.
you
I just
clearly,
said you don't need to come
you
any
clearly
closer to me.
panicked when I aimed the camera at you on the sidewalk. You panicked.
Am I panicked right
A
now?
lot. No, you're not panicked right now because you got some backup here for you. All by yourself.
You think I'm scared, sir?
I think you're chicken shit when you're all by yourself.
Okay, all right.
All right.
You can believe whatever you want to believe, sir.
Well, I saw it with my own eyes. I mean, who do I believe? You or my lying eyes? All right.
You can believe whatever
You're
you
dismissed without further argument, Dominguez.
want. Okay, you have a good day, sir.
I'm having a great day. I'm having a great day. You guys have a good one.
Take care.
Seriously, get her some extra training. She's scared of her own shadow.
Okay.
I thought it was our right to record in public places.
Charles, Paul, 5772. Charles, Paul, 5572.
Now, not for the gentleman here, but for Dominguez, this is what we call a walk of shame. See her walking away. She's afraid of her own
a good
shadow.
day. Yep,
Afraid the
have
camera's
fun.
being aimed at her.
Yeah, continue
Doesn't
recording,
understand
people.
where her rights are.
And there you have it. Another classic example of cops getting educated, owned, and dismissed. This officer thought she could intimidate someone into handing over their ID, but instead, she got a lesson in the Constitution. The auditor stood his ground, knew his rights, and didn't back down. That's exactly why knowing the law is so important. Too often, officers rely on people not understanding their rights, but when you do, the game changes. This wasn't about being uncooperative. It was about standing firm and holding public officials accountable. The cops did the walk of shame, realizing they had no legal grounds to demand anything. This is why filming in public is powerful. Knowledge is your best defense, and a camera is your best witness. The more people who understand their rights, the harder it becomes for those in power to abuse them. Knowledge is the most effective tool against unlawful authority, and exercising these rights ensures they remain protected for everyone. If you don't exercise your rights, you might as well not have them. Stay informed, stay strong, and always record. See you in the next one.
You ever notice how some people completely change the second they realize they are not in control anymore? Not louder, not stronger, just uncomfortable. Because nothing frustrates ego more than someone who calmly knows the rules better than you do. The afternoon looked dead quiet. Small sidewalk, light traffic, some beating down on the pavement, and standing near the corner, a man with a camera. No crowd, no scene, just filming. Slow pans of buildings, parked cars, city life. Normal stuff. Most people walk by without caring. But one person cared a lot. A female officer pulled up hard near the curb. Didn't even hesitate. Door swings open. What are you doing? Not curious. Confrontational. The man lowered the camera slightly. Recording. That's it. Short answer. No attitude. But somehow, that made her even more irritated. You can't record here. Now the camera tilts slightly toward her, and there's this awkward pause, because a guy clearly isn't intimidated. Why can't I? Simple question, but the officer didn't expect one back. You just can't. That response always tells you everything, because when somebody actually knows the law, they explain it. When they don't, they repeat themselves louder. The guy stayed relaxed, one hand in his pocket, other hand holding the camera steady. This is public property. The officer folds her arms instantly. No, you need to leave. And there it was, the power trip. No law cited, no crime mentioned, just commands. But the guy wasn't one of those people who panicked because a badge showed up. He actually smiled a little. Are you giving me a lawful order? That line hit her immediately. You could see it. Tiny hesitation. Then frustration. I'm telling you to move. That's not what I asked. Now nearby people are starting to slow down. Not obvious, but enough to watch. Because the energy shifted fast. The officer steps closer. What's your name? No, thank you. What's your ID? No, thank you. Still calm, still polite, and somehow that made everything worse for her. You have to identify yourself. The guy shakes his head immediately. No, not unless I'm suspected of a crime. Now she's visibly annoyed. Like genuinely annoyed someone isn't automatically obeying her. You're suspicious. There it was. The emergency backup word. Suspicious. The guy laughs softly. Filming in public is suspicious now. She ignores the question completely. Classic move. Instead, she points toward the street. You're making people nervous. The man slowly turns the camera around. People walking normally. Cars driving normally. Nobody reacting at all. Except her. That sounds like a feelings issue, not a legal issue. That line destroyed the momentum instantly, because deep down, she knew he was right. And the worst part? He wasn't emotional. That's what makes these situations impossible for tyrants. Calm people are harder to control. Now she changes tactics. You're detained. Boom. There it is. The moment it escalates. But the guy responds immediately. For what crime? Silence. Not long, but long enough. Long enough for everybody watching to notice. She tries recovering. We're investigating. That's not a crime. Another pause. And now, you can literally see the confidence draining. Because the camera isn't helping her anymore. It's exposing her. The guy keeps his voice steady. Reasonable suspicion requires articulable facts. So what fact do you have? That sentence completely changed the atmosphere. Because now she realizes, this isn't some random nervous civilian. This guy actually studies this stuff. And suddenly, every word matters. She glances around awkwardly, then reaches for the radio. Back up. A second officer arrives a minute later. Older guy, more experienced look. He walks up slower. What's going on? And immediately, she starts talking fast, trying to frame the situation before the auditor can speak. His refusing ID, acting suspicious, filming. The older officer looks at the cameraman. What exactly are you doing? Recording in public. Okay. That one word changed everything. Because unlike her, he didn't sound threatened by camera. The auditor continues calmly. She demanded ID without reasonable suspicion and ordered me off a public sidewalk. The older officer looks toward her, then back at the sidewalk, then at the camera, and you could almost see him realizing this was unnecessary from the beginning. He sighs quietly. If he's on public property filming, he's allowed to do that. Game over. Instantly, the female officer's face changes completely. Not angry anymore. Embarrassed. Because correction from a citizen hurts the ego. Correction from your own partner? Way worse. The cameraman never gloated. Never pushed it. Didn't insult her. That's what made it powerful. Because he didn't need to win. The facts already did. The older officer nods once. You're free to stay. And just like that, everything disappears. No detention. No ID. No crime. Just another failed attempt at controlling somebody who actually knew the law. The female officer walks back toward her car quietly. No more commands. No more attitude. Because authority sounds very different. When it stops working, the cameraman watches them leave, then points the camera back toward the street like nothing even happened. And honestly, that's the biggest lesson in all of this. Rights don't mean much. If people only use them when it's comfortable. Real rights get tested during pressure, during intimidation, during moments where somebody in authority hopes you don't know better. But once you do know better, everything changes. The fear changes. The conversation changes. Even the officers change. Because confidence can intimidate ignorance, but it completely falls apart against knowledge.